Hi guys, it's Kat, and today we're going to do a makeup transformation of one of my all-time favorite YouTubers who not only has a 5 o'clock shadow but also has a beautiful double chin, if they force it. And this video is of Ethan Klein from the YouTube channel H3H3PRODUCTIONS. If you have not heard of him, where have you been? He's one of my all-time favorite YouTubers and I really wanted to try to transform into him. He does this awesome YouTube channel where he does reaction videos with his wife, Ela. They say what's on their mind and tell it as it is. Ethan is one of those like cool uncles who tells it to you straight, even though we're not that far close out of age. He talks about memes and popular trends. Different YouTubers who do fishy things on YouTube that doesn't make sense. I love his self-deprecating humor when he shows off his double chin by pushing his neck out. I think he is so hysterical and funny, and he seems like an awesome, cool guy even though I don't know him in person, and I really want to turn into him, not because I expect anybody to watch it, share it, or like it, but because I really want to tell you about some awesome YouTubers while I may be doing other YouTuber makeup. So let's get started by turning into Ethan Klein. I'm getting a wig cap to get the hair not only out of my face, but because I'm going to put a wig that has shorter hair on later. Unfortunately, I could not come up with curly, gorgeous locks like Ethan's, but we will see what we come up with later. But now I'm getting this makeup primer, which looks a little bit fishy like bird poo, and I'm going to slather that all over my face and chin area. I'm also getting some eyeshadow primer, just so that all the concealer and stuff will settle nicely. And then I'm getting a foundation color, just something that is my skin tone. I really wanted to use these cream foundations because they look best for male makeup transformations. They look the most natural. So with the damp beauty sponge, I am just putting that all over my face, and you want to make sure you blend that nicely even on your chin and neck. And I'm also getting a lighter foundation just to put that on the high points of my cheeks. Before it is time to get my highlight and contour cream palette. I'm first starting off with a highlighting cream and highlighting the high points of my face. I'm doing this furrowed eyebrow look to make fine lines in between my brows, and we're going to do this on the high points of our cheeks and cheekbones because I'm so lucky that I have a rounder face and Ethan's face isn't super like oval or narrow. I'm making sure I'm setting his face in a picture for reference while I do this, and I'm going to highlight my double chin area. Ethan is known for this double chin that he creates by putting his neck back, so I really wanted to do that. I'm also highlighting above my eyebrows, and then I'm getting some contour cream to contour around my nose and eyes. Most males, they have a larger brow bone than females do, so that's why you really want to make sure you focus the contour and shadows around your eyebrows. You really want to make sure that you do the fine detail in his forehead and certain parts of his face. I'm not only going to contour the bridge of my nose because Ethan's nose is a lot slimmer than mine is, but I'm also going to do some laugh lines because again, he has so much expression in his face. I really want it to look a lot like him. Once you're done with all your contour and highlighting, I'm going to get my damp beauty sponge again and blend all of that in to make it look more natural and not just like light colored and dark colored painted on blobs on your face, so that it looks like actual skin and not so much like makeup. Don't forget to blend out that bottom double chin that Ethan is known for that I love. I'm also putting more highlighting creams on my neck to make it more pronounced and blending that out with the beauty sponge as well. I'm also getting some of my contour creams and contouring the bottom and sides of my ears and a little bit below where my eye bags would be. Now it's time to get a cream blush. We don't want him to look like he's totally dead and has no rosiness to his cheeks, so we're putting a little rosiness on his cheeks. And now it's time to get Ethan's brow color. This angled paintbrush is my favorite for creating male brows with some cream paint. I'm first getting some black cream paint and painting my eyebrows a little bit more straight and thicker than they are. You really want to look at reference pictures of Ethan to do his brows in this entire look. I first start off with black cream paint, and then I use a medium brown cream paint and then more layers of black in between to do hair-like motions. You want your brow hairs to be a little bit lighter, the more they go towards the center of your face because that's how natural brows, some of them, grow, including Ethan's. Getting the leftover black cream paint on my brush and swiping that on areas of my nose where I need to do contour, and then blending that out even further with a clean brush. Again, Ethan's nose is a lot more slimmer than mine is, So this is going to give the illusion that I do not have a short, fatter nose than Ethan does. Then I am going to powder down my entire face with some translucent powder, and do not forget your neck. Before getting more of that cream contour and darkening in our laugh lines and around our cheekbones, putting more translucent powder on. And now it's time to get our black stipple sponge. This is the tool that we are going to need to create Ethan's fuzzy beard and scruff on his face, where his mustache and beard is kind of growing in, that frames his beautiful double chin that he loves to create in his videos and epic memes on the internet. And we're just doing the mustache part before getting more of that blush cream color and putting a little bit of rosiness around our nose and laugh lines. Then blending it out with more contour cream on our laugh lines, before returning to that black stipple sponge to continue onto Ethan's scruff of his little beard. You want to do tapping and a little bit of a swiping motion with this black stipple sponge. You can find this sponge at most Halloween stores or online like Amazon. You want to do the same type of tapping and swiping motions because you don't want like patches of dark black if you're doing male facial hair with cream paint. It can be very difficult if you do not practice. What also would work is a dry mascara wand, those disposable ones, if you can't find this black sponge, or a fan brush that's very, very small. You want to take this all the way up the sides of your chin to your ear, and then we're getting that small fan brush that I told you about with some brown and mixing that within the mustache hairs. And I'm getting more concealer to go over his lip just a little bit. Now getting that black stipple sponge again and making sure to decorate his double chin. Neck hairs to be on point. Also, this is random, but I did a little mole that he has on his neck. I told you I study him like nobody's business, and everybody that I try to do a makeup of and recreate any celebrity onto my face. And then I'm getting a lip color. This is again just the blush cream paints on my lips so that his lips don't look chalky and ashy like he's been eating powdered donuts all day, drinking soda pop. Getting my fan brush again with some of the cream paint to do a little bit of a soul patch that Ethan has, and defining the thickness of his facial hair on his lower chin. Now I'm just powdering my chin of the fake facial hair that we just painted on before getting a wig. Like I said, I did not have Ethan's gorgeous locks of hair, but you don't always see like his curliness come up from underneath his beanie, so I found this male wig with some gray tips on it. And then we're getting the epic beanie that Ethan and his wife Ela are known for on their YouTube channel. You want to make sure that at the top of it, it looks like a mound of poo. You don't want this beanie to look like how they pose in fashion magazines. You want it to look silly and goofy and amazing. And with that, we're totally done with this Ethan Klein makeup transformation from H3H3 Productions here on YouTube. Again, if you haven't heard of his channel, you should go check it out. I'm surprised if you haven't because he is very popular and wonderful. I definitely look like a man and I couldn't take myself seriously, but this is so much fun to do. I'll put the link to Ethan's YouTube channel again if you haven't heard of him. He's well known for his Vape Nash video. He recreates some of the popular YouTubers' videos and memes that are going around the internet, and he is, again, just one of my favorites. And now it is time to turn back into myself. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. Leave me a comment down below on what other YouTubers you would love to see, but again, I want to do YouTubers that I full-heartedly love. I can't wait to read some of your guys' comments and suggestions, and maybe even check out new YouTubers I've never even heard of. And of course, all the products I used in this video will be listed down below in the description box as always. Because if you recreate this makeup look or any makeup from my YouTube channel, please post it on Instagram. I would love to see it, and tag me #katsketch. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. You can follow me on Twitter, and I'm just everywhere, just like all the other YouTubers. And I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!